ladies, and welcome to today's video, which is basically a video about getting my house in order after a really long week at work. So as you can see, it's not a huge disaster, but it's just dirty. It needs cleaning. Basically, every room in my house needs to be picked up with the clutter that has been left over, with lots of laundry to do, to put away, bunch of stuff on the kitchen island, which is typical on a busy weeks or days where that's our dumping ground. So let's get started. And before we jump into a video, if you are new here, my name is Marta. On my channel, I do a lot of content about house and time management for working moms. So if this is something you are interested in, make sure that you subscribe down below and click that notification button.
How do I reach you? I'm thinking about us. You're thinking about it too. Higher and higher.
So the first thing on the list is usually the kitchen. I really like to start in the kitchen. Having a clean kitchen always makes me feel better. So I start there, make sure that the sink is nice and clean, the dishes are washed, and as you saw, the stovetop needed to be cleaned. There was just a lot of grease and a lot of dirt on it. So that's where we are getting started. Let me know in a comment, what do you usually start with? If you have a whole house to clean, what is your starting point? Do you start like upstairs, downstairs? Is there a specific room that you like to start with? Let me know in the comments, because like I said, for me, it's almost always the kitchen.
In and out of love, never get enough. We never seem to get older. When things are going right, you seem to have the time, but when it's hard, you just grow cold up. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. Been here 1,000 times. Set up a stage of lies. Say we're done, say it's over. Shouldn't be coming back, but somehow we connect. Acting drunk even though we're sober. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires.
Also, let me know, what do you typically use to clean your sink? I use the Barkeeper's liquid, and I also mix that with Dawn detergent, and it does a good job, but I feel like it doesn't leave my sink nice and shiny for too long. So maybe it's just because I have to do it on a daily basis. Maybe that's the case, which I don't. But let me know what you use and how often you clean your sink.
But we keep lighting fires. The words repeat cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. We keep on talking and talking.
And next we moved on to the kitchen island, which just had a lot of stuff. My son was working on his science fair project, so that's what you saw over there. I just had to pick it up, put it away for a couple of days so we could actually clean all the things in the house on the island. And there was just a bunch of stuff that came from Amazon, a lot of stuff that my husband was packing for his trip. So that's why you saw me put it in a little plastic container so he can have everything in one spot so I could actually clean the island. I still have to come up with a little system of what to put on it, so any paperwork, it's usually my husband's, so it's not as visible. So I'm still trying to figure out what to do. Maybe I'm going to include something in a comment center, so something for me to do some research on. And then we moved on to the living room, which was just, again, a bunch of like papers and kid stuff and thousands and thousands of blankets. I don't know if it's just winter time or we just like blankets and we have probably way too many of them.
We were young and we were free and running, never bothered about what could be coming. Every day we danced and life was smiling. We were young and drunk in love. A few years later I have started thinking, if it's just love in every glass I'm drinking, we're like one and without you I'm sinking. I'm always shining next to you. Oh, I got you, there's no reason to chasing pavement on my own, 'cause you're here to stay every night and day. I'm delighted 'cause
And as you can see, my daughter likes to help me. This was my day off from work, so she was at home. She wanted to help with anytime I do any like dusting or cleaning in the bathroom. She just likes to help out. So my son was doing his e-learning in his room and she was helping me out. So I always appreciate any little bit of help that I can get. So anytime she asks, I definitely tell her yes.
I got you.
I have always been afraid of changes, but you show me life is full of faces. Sometimes clouds got in our favorite places, but we were young.
Another area in my house that gets just a lot of stuff and it gets dirty and cluttered is our living room table. As you can see, my husband usually works from there. That's why his computer is like a staple on that table during the week. And then my kids obviously eat over there. So it's just gets dirty quite a bit, even though I try to keep up with it every day. Like I said, this was just a long week at work where I worked longer hours than I typically do. So everything just kind of, I was doing bare minimum as far as housework goes. So I was very eager to get everything cleaned and put my house back in order at the end of the week. And I don't know if you guys are the same way, but it just makes me feel so much better when my house is picked up, when I have some clear space, then it's just not cluttered with just your typical, everyday things, crumbs from dinner or breakfast, laundry to put away, mail, boxes, all the random stuff that we tend to accumulate throughout the week. That's, if I don't keep up with it during the week, it just gets to be a lot at the end of the week. So which is why I'm trying to keep up with it, but there are just some weeks that life balance, shifts to, more doing more work and less stuff at home. So it is what it is. Every week is different, and this particular one was just a week that was very busy at work.
Oh, I got you, there's no reason to chasing payment on my own, 'cause you're here to stay every night and day. I'm delighted 'cause I got you. La 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 la. I'm just fine 'cause I got you. Rain got in my way before, pouring like a waterfall. I've cried a million tears and more to find out where I belong. We're not young, but we're still free and running. each day has never kept.
And as I'm watching it, I really wish that folding laundry would be as quick as it is in that speed up footage, because it always takes a while. And for me, as I said in many videos before, it's not so much the laundry, the folding of it, that is something that I dislike, it's the putting away part. So I usually, by the end of the week, I usually have a basket full of laundry that's folded, but it's not put away. So I am trying to get my kids to do more of that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's a work in progress, but it's definitely something that for some reason I dislike. Once I start doing it, I'm fine and it doesn't take that long. But I don't know what it is. It's just one of those weird chores that I do not enjoy.
Cold hand, frozen feet, raindrops falling on the street. I can't recall when I last saw the sun. Summer's just a memory, a faded piece of history. No one can remember all the fun. The late night barbecue.
And I always finish my cleaning with the floors. I always vacuum and I always mop the floor. I mop the floor in the kitchen with something else than I do everywhere else. So bathroom and kitchen, I use the Swiffer, the wet wipes, whatever they're called. And throughout the rest of the room, I use a mop for hardwood floors with Bona liquid in it. I just find that kitchen and bathroom are just getting so dirty that they need something stronger, I guess. So let me know in the comments, what do you use to clean your floors?
Zipping on a genie juice, cruising down the road, no thought getting old. The girls are hot, but the beer is cold. Yeah, that's the way we roll. Bathing in the sun, on the beach having fun. Whoa, these lazy days are never done. I work hard every day.
And as I was finishing up the cleaning, my kids really wanted to put some Easter stickers on the window, so that's why I am cleaning the window, because I noticed it's just needed some wiping down. So as they were doing that, I'm gonna show that in a second, I was getting dinner ready for me and my husband. My kids don't like fish, so they were not eating with us, but I just had a meal from HelloFresh that I was preparing. It was just a salmon with some veggies. Now, I love HelloFresh, but anytime I have like veggies on the side, it's never enough. I feel like we should eat more veggies, so I typically will do something else. As over here you can see, I had some roasted cauliflower and broccoli that I was roasting in the oven, so I was getting that ready so we can have just more, balanced meal for the evening. And I definitely wanted something easy because this was at the end of me cleaning all day long, so I didn't want to spend too much time in the kitchen. So that was a perfect choice for that day.
Maybe I was blind, known you forever while I tried to find someone that could be my great love. Right in front of me, I didn't realize you were my dream, so you took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams, I didn't think we were destined to be, and now you're laying next to me.
And this is what my kids were doing when I was cooking dinner. They were just putting those little stickers for the window that I got from a Dollar Tree. We do it every year. We typically also do it for Valentine's Day, any holiday that they have stickers for. They just like to do that, and I let them, though it's not a very fancy decorations, but they enjoy it. And I just have, I don't know, It just reminds me of my childhood because when I was smaller, my mom used to do it with us. So it just brings a lot of good memories. So it's always fun for me to watch them as they decorate.
Everything feels like art, yeah. Wanna give you every part of me. I can't believe this is reality. And now you're laying next to me. Everything feels like art, yeah.
And it was back to the kitchen for me to finish that meal. It called for some sour cream and dill dip or sauce, if you will. So I was doing that and just putting the salmon, and I think I was serving it with couscous. I think that's how you call it. I don't even know. But that's the fancier part of things when we get from HelloFresh. It's things that we typically don't cook. That's what I like to get. So it's not it's just easier that way if I'm trying something different to try it from, from something like HelloFresh, so I know it's gonna taste good. Which it did. You're gonna see in a second how the meal turned out. And it was perfect for exactly to end that very busy day.
Did you know you had feelings for me? Maybe somehow we've always known that we have chemistry, but always chasing after someone else. So this took me by surprise. Oh yeah, even in my wildest dreams.
And that is all I have for you guys today. I hope it gave you some motivation to clean or tackle your to-do list, and also some encouragement that some weeks are just long weeks. Some weeks you spend more time with kids, you spend more time, doing your household chores like you want to, and some weeks you just have to adjust and go with the flow and catch up with housework on the weekend. So I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure that you are subscribed, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.